Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with a new wig and I'm here to give you guys a story about the worst date I've ever been on in my life. Guys, it's getting a little bit warm out here in Chicago. Had to switch it up on y'all. Had to show y'all I'm back. I'm got the curls going for the summer, but it's just turned spring. But you know, summer we popping. As you can see, the wigs are in full effect, okay? Anyways, back to the point at hand. I'm here to tell you guys about the worst date I've ever been on, the date from hell. And this story actually is funny now looking back at it, but at the time it was the worst. So if you guys want to stay tuned and listen up, keep on watching. All right, y'all, now that I have your attention, let's go ahead and get into this little crazy story. Well, it's not even that crazy. It's just kind of like, really, dog? But anyways, back to what I was saying. So this story, I'm just gonna start off from the top. So there's this guy who we were friends for like a pretty long time. Like I want to say like from high school, and like he always had a crush on me, right? And like, you know, I always like rejected him when he wanted to like hang out most of the time or like ask me on a date. I would always say no, or just like say I'm like way too busy. Basically just, you know, I'm not interested at the time, right? And then I like told my friends, because we were texting constantly. This is like college. This is like 3 or 4 years past our initial friendship. And he was like, I told my friends about him and how he keeps asking me on a date. And I was at the time like single for forever, and I was like, guys, like, should I go? Like, should I give it a chance? Like, because, you know, sometimes it's like you who holds yourself back from your blessings. And I'm like, you know, let me just make sure. Let me just ask my friends before I go out with this guy if I should. So my friends are like, you know what? Give it a try, D. Like, go out there, you know, like, start dating or whatever. And, you know, that one time you start dating, that's when you get like crap, I swear. Because I was chilling, minding my business, you know, going to work, doing my thing, like I'm in school, like I'm not worried about nobody. And that's when you came in my life to mess it up. Anyways, so they're like, yeah, go ahead and go on a date. So I lived in like North Georgia, like pretty far away from the city, like an hour away from the city. And he lived about an hour. So we kind of like met in the middle in like Alpharetta. And if you know Georgia, Alpharetta is like a pretty expensive, like actually is expensive part of Georgia. It's like close to Atlanta, so it's pretty expensive. It's really nice. So we wanted to go see well, the initial day he asked me if I wanted to go see a movie, and the movie that was coming out was Conjuring. So he was like, let's get drinks and we'll watch like a scary movie. And I was like, you know what, that's cute, you know, it's worth a little hour drive, like it's really not that bad. So I get there, and he's like, meet me at this tavern. So there's this bar that's like outdoors by the movie theater. So I meet him there, and he's already been drinking, which is fine because we're both 21 at the time. We're at the bar, and he's already drinking, which is, you know, I'm late. Not that late, so it's not my fault still. And he is you know, drinking, and he's like, get whatever you want. So at the time, like my cocktail that I made, shout out to Jess, is I would have tequila, orange juice, and triple sec. That would be my little drink I would get when I go out. So that's what I ordered. So we drank that. We're having a great conversation, and he asks the bartender for another drink. So he's drinking, you know, this is probably around his second or third drink, and he's like, we're still having like a very like intellectual conversation, and it's going like really well. And if he was like, you know, if you want another drink, because at this time my drink is like almost finished. He was like, if you want another drink, just order whatever you want. So I'm like, no, I'm trying to be cute, because you know how I don't know why I'm like this, but I try not to be like way too expensive or like look like I'm like way too like high maintenance when I am. I don't know why I'm like this, but whatever. So I only get one drink because, you know, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna be like, I ain't gonna mess up his life now, it's too soon. After I denied, you know, having a second drink, that's when he said, he like looked at me like kind of in a slurred, just like, I don't know, he just looked, at that point he was feeling it, let's just say that. And he was like, should I order another drink, like a beer or something? And I'm like, in my head, like, this is like our first date. Why are you like, why are you needing to add, like, why you need to get drunk to be with me? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it just made me feel like he didn't really care about my time. And that was honestly probably red flag number one that I should have paid attention to. Like, why are you trying to like get so messed up on our first date? But I was like, no, I think you should chill. Like, let's just vibe or whatever. And he was like, yeah, you're right. The movie's gonna start anytime soon. So let's go ahead and like wrap it up here and let's go to the movies. So we get the check, and I think we had like in a total probably around like 4 cocktails, and it came to about $30, $29 actually, $29 and some change. Because I like the bartender like kind of put in the middle of us, so I just looked over like slightly just to see how much it was, and maybe I'm sorry, I just want to be kind of nosy. I was being nosy. Let's go ahead and say it. So I see how much it is, and I was a server at the time. Actually, I was just what was I doing? What was I doing? Oh my gosh, I was a host at a restaurant, and so I was just like, I hope this guy's gonna pay like 20%, because I mean we got 4 drinks for like $30, which is like basically like nothing, honestly. And so he gives the guy $30 exactly. So he tipped the guy probably around like less than 50 cents, and I was like in my head like, oh god, it's probably gonna go downhill from here. I'm like, dude didn't even leave this guy $1. This is not, and I'm just in my head like, that is not okay. But you know, I'm just like, you know, maybe he's just like one of those guys that doesn't like, you know, doesn't have to be a big tipper, but it's fine. So anyways, we're like walking, getting ready to go to the theaters to watch the movie. Granted, I'm still having a good time at this time. And then he looks over to me and he's like, so I'm gonna like, he was like, can you pay for our tickets to get in the movie theater? Because like I just spent a whole bunch of money like the day before, and I just don't have all the money to buy for tickets for 2 right now. And I was like, so I literally just drove an hour for you to get drunk and to buy our first date stuff. And you know, if we were together for a long time, not even a long time, but if we were together, I wouldn't mind going half or like paying for stuff. But like, this is our first date. You've been asking me out for years, and we get to the date and you're like not financially prepared. Like, you could have just told me this, you know what I mean? But I'm like, you know what, we already drove. We both drove an equal amount of distance, and you know, it's gonna be $30 for the both of us, and I guess you spent $30 at the bar on yourself, so I guess I'll just cover whatever, it's fine. And he was like, you know what, I'll pay you back tomorrow, like I promise I'll pay you back, and it's gonna be fine. And we get to the movie, and it's like $30, as I said, and I'm having an okay time. But then he's like trying to like, he's like trying to like basically like make out, like have a full out make out session in the movie theaters. First of all, it's our first date. Second of all, like I had to pay for us to get in here, so what made you think that it was okay for you to try and like make out with me right now? So I'm like, can you just like stop touching me? Like like bruh, chill. Like, I'm not 14. I'm not in this movie to get like make out, and like I'm just here to really just watch a movie, bruh. And I don't need you even touching me right now. And I guess it made him feel like kind of awkward. I guess it was awkward at that point. And it was like maybe like 35 minutes in the movie, and he was like, hey, I have like work in the morning, and we should probably go. We're like, y'all, 45 minutes into the movie, like it's starting to get like good, you know what I mean? Like, you know, horrors don't take long to get good. And he's talking about something like, we should go. And you know what, at that, like literally at this point, I'm just like, you know what, we should go. Like, I'm just gonna go home, you're gonna go home, and this is just gonna be it, because I can't believe I gave you a chance, who's been asking me like out forever, and this is what it came to. And I'm just like, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have just stayed my butt in the movie theater and watched the movie by myself. But because it was getting late, it was like around midnight, I was just like, you know, I have an hour drive home, like 45 minutes to an hour drive, so I'm just gonna go home and just, you know, forget about this. This is like the worst date ever. So continuing to walk to the car, like he tries to like hug me, and like it's just awkward. It's just really awkward at that point. And like I told my girlfriend, when I finally make it home, I tell my friends, and like they're like laughing like hysterically, like and like I'm like, this is why I give nobody any chances. This is exactly why, because stuff like this. And anyways, so the next day I texted him and I was like, hey, do you mind like sending me $30 for our tickets or whatever, because you know I have bills to pay and I wasn't expecting to pay, you know, for the both of us. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you $15 for your ticket because I bought your drink. Eric, and like that's when I went off. That is when I went off. Like, you seriously made me drive an hour, pay for your ticket, and you want to give me $15 because I had one drink on your tab? Yeah. So literally, guys, this is like the worst freaking date. And I was like, you know what? Keep your money. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. And then he was just like, I don't know why you think that you're hot. Like, I don't know. Well, hot, you already know. Hot. Shh. Anyways. And you're not that like good looking, and like he was just basically trying to downplay me, like I was like nothing special or whatever. And now guys, I promise you, he's like, sometimes he gets in my like inboxes still, and I'm just like, really, dog? Like, you'll never, I mean never ever never ever get a chance with me again. And guys, not every guy that begs to take you out is, you know, the one for you. Like, keep your standards high, and when you see those red flags, run. And honestly, guys, if you guys are watching this, make sure you have money when you go on a first date. Like, I know money isn't everything, but like, it's the first, you know, steps towards, you know, maybe getting into a relationship, and that's why the first date is important. So that was my worst date. Hopefully I will never experience another date as bad. My second worst date is when I got a Tinder date, and the Tinder date like brought a gun to it was like crazy. He brought a gun to like a 4-star restaurant because he was like, people are after him. Yeah, that was also awkward. But yeah, I'm full of these crazy stories. But yeah, that's definitely my date from hell, and you know, I learned from it, and a girl can only get better, and I'm never ever gonna fall for any of that stuff guys say ever again. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope I made you laugh, or made you like not want to get on Tinder, or I don't know, just yeah. Bye guys, make sure you like and subscribe.